What is going on, Broncos country? It's your boy Underdog right here, man. El Bronco, Mr. Bronco, whatever you want to shoot and call me, you know what I'm saying? The greatest Bronco fan of all time. You know, I'm holding it down over here. You already know, still in Vegas. You know, letting these Raiders fans know what time it is over here. No, I'm just playing, y'all. I ain't trying to take strays right off the back. But it's just, man, I know the NFL combine just happened, but let's talk about, dude, we still, what? We're just like 9 days away from free agency. Like, I understand like the combine's combine, right? We're getting hyped up. Football's like literally around the corner. Well, to me it is, right? In the way with the combine going on, and then we have free agency, which I'm all still hype. I'm very hyped up about, and and the draft, and then the off season, right? For real fan, there's no off season, right? So, anyways, we had the combine go down. I was watching the 40-yard dashes, all that stuff, right, and seeing the right running backs take off and all that good stuff. But what I'm hyped up about still is like it's the free agency coming up. Man, I'm so anxious for that, man. On 9 days from now, right? Just to see my watch and my phone going off talking about ESPN breaking news. You know, Broncos signed this guy or that guy. It's not probably gonna be too crazy, right? Because the cap space ain't huge or whatever's right. Like for example, like the way the Chargers and the Raiders are holding it down or whatever's right with their freaking cap space and everything like that. But no, man, guys, you got to give a big shout out to our freaking scouting department. Like the fact we got Brandon Jones, phenomenal pickup last year, right? And then at the same time too, we got Malcolm Roach, right? Like this, those two guys by himself. And like Cody Barton, right? Give big shout out, big round of applause to our freaking scouting department, real talk, because man, we have some scouters over there, right? And I just think our free agency too, we're gonna end up taking off too with this year. You know, I'm just gonna see some surprises. So real quick, let's go over right. T Higgins is out of the picture, right? So we end up going with perhaps getting us from a veteran presence in a way, right? But at the same time too, we're still going that younger core, like I mentioned in the other video. How we're probably gonna end up going to young core, but you know you can't count on like Chris Godwin, for example, right? I think Chris Godwin, like I said, would be a great addition. We have who let's see who else. What about Amari Cooper? What do you guys feel about Amari Cooper? You think Amari Cooper would be a cool little deal right there? You know, perhaps maybe he'll be good. Excuse me. And you know you have another edge, right? I know we're good at edge, but you know, like that's one thing I want to talk about. I'm gonna make a video about like if we focus on our offense because everybody wants us, and I believe a lot of Broncos country wants us to focus on our offense and the free agency and mainly the draft, right? But what if we end up focusing a lot on the offense during the free agency period, right? We end up signing some key, like, we get Zach Ertz, for example, right? Just Jawan Johnson, right? We see him, we're just kind of putting the puzzle together on offense, but then we start making some moves on defense, right? And the draft and everything like that, right? Or even in the free agency too. Like we had Josh Sweat out of the Sweat from Philadelphia Eagles, right? He's gonna be available. You know what I mean? Like that'd be cool. Oh, what about? I know he was a pain in the butt, right? And I agree. But what about if that organizational way just handles everything the way they just like the way they get down over there, the Jets was probably the problem the whole time. You know what I mean? Besides him too, right? I mean, he was a problem, right? Don't get me wrong. But at the same time too, maybe they didn't handle business right. Like I never kind of seen that before. Like, well, I did, right? I did see somebody. I just can't come on top of my head, but to sit there and say never, that's kind of a reach. But like, sorry, excuse me, Hassan Reddick from the New York Jets. I mean, he still has it, man. He still has a lot left in that tank. Just if we could change it up and just chop it up with him and be like, yo, we're gonna hold you down over here. We're not gonna do you like that. We're gonna give you what you want with your contract, but we haven't seen you play. Just work with us. We restructure your contract. We'll get you good. You know what I mean? We have something good going over here. And Reddick just takes off, man. I think Reddick's a hell of a sleeper or whatnot from the free agency too. And then you have Ward over there from the Niners. What do you guys think about Ward? Do you think Ward would be a good addition, with that cornerback room? Or are we just going to stick with the young core? I think Chris Avis Drain, too, would be phenomenal, too, next year. And, but I think some little bit of help, too, with the on the cornerback side would be good. And then we have, let's see. Oh, I would buy him. I hear about a couple of people talk about buying him for the Minnesota Vikings, right? That safety. Besides Holland, I would really still like to see Holland mixed up with Brandon Jones. I think that'd be a great bond going back there, right? Because they played out there in Miami. But if not, we have Bynum from the Minnesota Vikings, who I think is kind of a sleeper, going down too. You have another guy, right? You have Milton Williams too from the Eagles, right? And he had a great game postseason, right? With going against the Eagles and just seeing him take off a little bit, right? I mean, it wasn't really stand out, but I think he has a really good presence and some key plays and everything like that. So I think that'll be good. And you have, let's see, you have, like I said, we have Greenlaw there. This is just finding a sleeper. Oh, what about Zach Bond from the Eagles too? That's another middle linebacker. So that's why I want to. That's why I want to make a draft video about if we could just get it done over with, because we had a legit middle linebacker since what, Danny Trevathan, maybe Brandon Marshall, last couple years, Alex Singleton, but like a franchise middle linebacker, Broncos country. What do you guys think about that? But like, I know Zach Bond's available, right, from the Philadelphia Eagles. Sean Payton drafted him, but like, what if we end up getting somebody like just somebody just established already, right? But I don't want to spoil that. I want to go over that with and uh and draft video, with you guys. Sorry, I'm gonna bounce all over the place. And then we have, let's see. Oh, then we still with the Hufanga's right there. Sorry, I'm looking at the list real quick. Right, we have Hufanga. I mean, that'd be a great pickup. Oh, I know Samuel Jr. right from the Chargers. He wasn't the greatest and everything like that, but at the same time too, right? I believe he was clutch for the most part. He does remind me of McMillan a little bit that we have over there with us right now. And then we'll get some info from them, and because they did get us twice, last year, right? So maybe having him too a little bit, right? I can see us going the cheap route with him. I'm still a big fan, man. I know he's a chief, but if we get Nick Bolton or freaking Zach Bond, man, I think that's a huge upgrade to that middle linebacker position. But yeah, and then I think for the most part, right there, we have that. We have like Brown from the Kansas City Chiefs. He'll be okay too, but I mean not too much. But the Jawan Johnson, I really do feel that Jawan Johnson would be one of the first moves we would probably end up doing, because that pipeline over there, or maybe a couple other guys too from the what's it called, from the Saints. Right? So I could see that happening. And then who was having a pretty decent season, even though all that drama going on with there, and I could see him being a little sleeper too on the right receiver end, is Darius Slayton from the New York Giants. Dude, I play some bets here and there. You know what I mean? I shouldn't put my business out there like that, but don't shame my game. But I think Slayton from the right receiver from the Giants was pretty decent here and there, because I used to put some money on him, and it was pretty cool to see him go off sometimes. But of course, there was the next week he would have maybe a catch, and I'll be like, okay, that's it. But obviously, because we knew what's going on with there, Daniel Dimes and all everybody over there. So yeah, but yeah, man, I think that's I think that's about it for now. So we go over that, for meanwhile. But next episode, I want to talk about just the whole draft process of who should we think we should end up drafting in the first round. Like I said, I was thinking about linebacker, running back, but I'll go over all that with you guys. I just want to just make a quick video, because I'm hyped up. Like I said, there's only 9 days away from the free agency to happen. Everybody's talking about the draft, Tyler Warren, everything like that. I'm like, and like I said, it's going to be obvious what we do in the free agency, right? It's obvious. What we do in the free agency is going to determine what we're going to do in this draft. So we end up getting like Zach Ertz, and let's say we get Zach Ertz and, and another pretty decent tight end, because like we went back to back that first year with Sean Payton when he got the two offensive linemen. Remember, we got McGlinchey and we got Powers, right? That's two big bangs right off the back, right? I'm not saying we'll do two big bangs off the tight end, but you never know. Or we just add like a bigger wide receiver and we have the solid tight end. And what do we feel like, the tight end is young and he's good to go, right? Jawan Johnson, right? He can have some potential. Or Zach Ertz, right? And we get that going and we just get like another backup guy for him right there, right? And I think Nate Atkins is going to be phenomenal too. I like Nate Atkins, I really think he's an underrated player. And we just stick with, a couple, right? Him and two free agency guys, that are pretty big guys, and we end up doing something different in the draft. But I'll get on that with the next episode. But just a quick reminder, just please like and subscribe to my channel. I haven't asked that in the last couple episodes, but just stick with me, man, and I'll just try to do better with this stuff and come out with some better content next time with the draft and everything like that coming up ahead. I'm just hyped up, want to just catch up with you guys and let Broncos know, man, all day, every day.